Well, hello, everybody. So, welcome to Wisdom and Wellness. I often hear from folks that, especially my multi passionates and my manifesting generators, my multi hyphenates in the world, um, when it comes to creating offers for their business, I hear things like, "I have so many ideas. I like so many things. I hate being boxed in." And let me tell you, I can totally relate. I am a manifesting generator in human design myself. I've run multiple businesses, multiple different models in those businesses, and so I get it, right? But what I want to share with you is that by having so many offers, you might be sabotaging your own business by trying to do too many things at once. I know that when I was doing this, I got burned out. I got sick. I didn't have enough time for people. And I honestly, as you are building your businesses, I don't want the same things to happen to you. So today, what I'm going to talk to you more about is why having too many offers might be hurting your business and what you can do about it. Okay. So, before we get into things, hello for everyone who's new to me. My name is Carissa Begonia. I am a business coach for BIPOC entrepreneurs, a LinkedIn expert, and top voice. I'm a second generation Filipino American daughter of immigrants and the first and only in my family to start my own business. I believe that entrepreneurship is the path to equity and that life design is liberation. And at Conscious Exchange, we're creating an ecosystem of BIPOC entrepreneurs with the same shared mission of being able to achieve time, location, financial, and occupational freedom for themselves, their families, and their communities. So, thank you again for joining me today on Wisdom and Wellness, where sometimes my besties join me, but I will be sharing some practical and mindset tips around questions that I'm commonly asked when it comes to running a business. So, if you do have any questions, you want to share some love, just say hi and let me know in the comments. All right, so let's get into it. I know that sometimes when when we have all these different ideas, right, we get really, really excited to be able to build different offerings and products and solutions. Ultimately, as entrepreneurs, right, we're solution creators for potential clients, for our people, for our communities, right. So the way I break down business and having a very successful business is in three parts. One, you have to have a product that people want. Two, be able to market that product, and three, be able to sell that product. And so the I really love the product ideation and creation phase. Like that is probably my favorite. Working with all my clients, I feel like that tends to be their favorite part too. Sometimes I have content creators who just love the marketing side. Very rarely do I have the person that's like, I love sales. But hey, if that's you, that's awesome. But most people really love this creating the ideas, creating the product, creating these different offers. And so they get all these like wonderful kind of like ideas and they start to pursue them, right? So here are three things though that you might not be aware that you are doing when you have too many offers, products, services, etc. Right. So the first one is that you might be confusing yourself and which might be stalling you from putting yourself out there. So what do I mean by confusing yourself? So you might not maybe know the exact structure of a particular offer. So say you were a coach, right? And you maybe have a 3 month offering or a 6 month offering or, a group program or one-on-one program, something, a digital course, right? And off the top of your head, you might not know exactly what the structure is of delivering those services. You might not know the exact pricing of those services. So when you're in conversation, say, in when a networking event, or you're just, meeting other coaches, doing one-on-one coffee chats, etc., you have so many options and they're kind of scattered. So you're not actually able to deliver them very clearly and articulately. You're not providing the exact solution maybe for a person that you were just meeting. You might also be stumbling on your words when you are, say, on a sales call because you don't have that quite memorized or structured anywhere that you can even name. And maybe you haven't even thought fully through the thing. And then when you haven't fully thought through what that offer is, because you have, five going on at once, not having that specificity, not having all those details, you might, trip up on your words, stumble, and now you don't sound as confident. You might even be holding yourself from putting it out there, right? So because you have 10 ideas, all 10 of the ideas are not fleshed out fully, you don't even put out the one, right? So what is my thoughts and solutions around this? Aside from focusing on one offer, creating a one pager, creating a deck, creating one asset. It could be a marketing asset, but it's also just for you to have all of that information outlined in one particular page or a document so that you can easily articulate things like what is the problem you are actually solving? What are some of the solutions that are associated with that problem? What are your ideas in fixing it, right? What are the outcomes that you expect to have with your potential clients or that you have already delivered with current clients or past clients, right? What is the pricing? What are the different offers like or the features of it? What am I getting with your particular program offer, etc.? How long is it? When does it start? Where do we meet, etc.? How many people are involved? So all of those details, often when I meet with folks, like they're either in their brain or it's all over the place. It's on 10 different documents, right? And that's just for one thing. That's just one for one offer, much less having multiple offers. So my solution to you again is to focus on picking really one thing so that you can stop confusing even yourself and how you're communicating that to potential clients. And you don't stall yourself in putting yourself out there. And that one page or deck, sales deck, will definitely help you keep things consolidated and keep them tight and keep them easy for you to be able to communicate. Okay, number two, this leads me to number two, which is you also might be confusing your potential clients when you have too many offers. And the effect of that is potentially pushing them away, right? So this more comes in when you're trying to market something, right? So if you have, say, three different offers in your consulting package, right? You have a baseline, but then there's coaching, executive coaching, there is training, there are workshops, there's speaking engagements, there is assessments, right? There's just when it comes to consulting especially there probably are a lot of different pieces, right? But when you don't again understand exactly what that looks like and you have maybe just like offers for B2B, offers to B2C, like there's so many, you might be too general and vague in explaining that on your website, on your landing pages, on your even on your LinkedIn profile, right? So your marketing isn't out there with some of that concise details around what is it exactly that you do, right? What is exactly do you offer? What problems do you exactly solve? I've been seeing a lot of websites lately. A lot of my clients that I've been working with lately with their websites they're too vague, right? It says I do consulting and it is custom to each client. I'm like, yes, there's a degree of customization and there's very likely a starting point. They're not so wildly different in terms of, I'm taking my DEI consultants here. They're not, what you offer to clients isn't so wildly different that you can't create a baseline starting point, right? And so again, when you do something for like DI consultants, and I'll just use me myself for an example. I was doing DI consulting work. I was doing operations, like fractional COO work. I was doing business coaching and life coaching, or more like leadership coaching. And so people didn't really understand what I did. Like I did all of these different things and I could, and I was good at it. But just because you're good at something doesn't mean you have to do something and doesn't mean you should do something. Because maybe you aren't the best at one of those particular offers or products. And you could best leave that to somebody else where you can stay in your zone of genius more specifically. And when you start to own that, you can start to put that out there more as your personal brand, and people can start to recognize you as the go to person to solve that problem, right? So when you are, again, having too many offers, when you are marketing yourself, you might be inadvertently confusing the heck out of all your followers and clients and pushing them away. So they don't understand what they need to buy from you. They don't have a sense of urgency because they just see like five different things happening at once. They're like, what? Okay, like I could maybe buy that next time it comes around. You have different offers maybe running at the same time. So they're like, again, your promotional schedule is kind of all over the place, right? And again, sometimes you're too even vague or too general in what you do. So when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. All right. So don't confuse your potential clients in that messaging because you have five different things that you're trying to message at the same time. What can you say about your personal brand, especially if you're beginning, that'll help you push things forward and people can start to really associate you with fixing that particular problem? Curious in the chat if you want to drop, do you know the problem you solve? Okay, so the third thing, well, let me give you a little bit of a solution for that. So my solution for you to do is to pull it down again to one particular offer. And if you do have multiple offers, I know some of you are maybe more making more than six figures and have a product suite at this point of your business. So just spread out your promotional schedule, right? Don't promote out like everything at the same time. Don't like, even if you have things that are evergreen or your cart is open for multiple weeks, that's or indefinitely, right? That's okay. But you, just because you have these offers available doesn't mean you have to keep promoting it at the same time. So maybe keep your 1 month pretty tight and say like, all right, this month I'm going to sell my one-on-one packages. Maybe next month I'm going to be selling my speaking engagements. The other month I'm going to be selling, say, my group offer or my membership offer. All right. But now you get people understanding that what are you selling this particular time in this time frame and be in this window. Right. Okay, so the third thing I will share is that what you might be doing when you have too many offers is that you are actually spread too thin, and you might not realize this at first. So, each product, each offer that you have needs its own branding, its own marketing plan, its own sales strategy, and its own operational system. So, my question to you is, are you giving enough time for yourself both to create the offer and sell it, right? So, what the problem generally shows up as is there's no system or process, no documentation, no SOPs to really help you both market and sell and then deliver that offer. So I'll think about, for example, my group program. My group programs are scheduled twice a year, right? And I give myself 3 months of time to both set up any of the portals that need the worksheets that are needed, the videos and stuff that are needed for that particular cohort, any of the other kind of onboarding stuff. And that's just the client delivery side. But no, and 2 months in advance, we're also thinking about, okay, what are all the emails, the nurture emails that we're going to create? What's the workshop that we're going to use to open the cart? What are the emails to get people to that workshop? What is the sales page of what we want people to buy after that workshop? What are all the emails and sales emails that can encourage people to join that program, right? So there's a lot of assets actually that are needed to be made, a lot of emails, a lot of social media posts, etc., that need to be planned and also created. And then the other part is the delivery part, right? Creating all the information that you'll need for when clients actually fall into the program, not just selling it now. Now they're in it and now we have to deliver, right? And we want to deliver that with excellence and quality so that we get great feedback and we can repeat the program again, right? And make hopefully the whole marketing and sales process even easier than the last time with all these testimonials. So are you giving yourself enough time to do create all those different pieces? And if you're anything like myself or the clients that I work with, the answer is no, right? I'm telling you, have you put in a buffer of about 2 or 3 months to make sure that you have all these pieces together, especially if you're doing a larger launch, right? That'll help you get to 50,000, 80,000, 100 plus $1,000 in that one particular time frame, right? So if you are not doing that, if you do not have your SOPs in place, your operations, your people even to help you execute all of those things, then take a minute, pause, map those things out, understand what you need so you can potentially hire and delegate. Give yourself enough time so that you can include all of those pieces and have them running really smoothly. And so that's why you're not rushing or freaking out and having to figure out how to get all these components created in real time when you're actually just trying to deliver it next week or tomorrow. All right. So those are the three things that I would share. My three tips on if you really want to, if you have too many offers, how you might be self sabotaging because there's just too many things going on at the same time, right? And again, I hear you, I feel you, my multi-passionates, my manifesting generators, etc., my multi-hyphenates. I get it. You want to do so many wonderful things because you have so much to offer the world. And I'm not saying that you cannot do it. I'm saying that it might be challenging to do it all at the same time. So start off with one and then you can grow from there. And once you have that one product, you can start to build multiples, right? Because you basically repeat that process. But I'll tell you that making my first 6 figures, I had one offer. It was my one-on-one coaching. I didn't have a membership or a group program or digital courses, etc. So you can, if you focus on one thing, really drive that to be like the product that you really get people to understand you do, or you offer, you sell, and you do well. All right. So Once you have that offer, or you have multiple offers that you can identify, you have the right pricing, you have the right structures, etc., then you are able to plan your year to see, hey, what is actually possible for me in the full year of my revenue, right? Can I make 100,000? Can I make 300,000? Can I make 800,000? Right? And what we do to figure that out is, hey, you need to know what those products are and how many units you need to sell. Imagine you can walk into your new year or into 1 year, or any year, and know how much am I going to make? I can predict that. Well, I'll tell you, you actually can figure that out because math just needs to math, right? And again, you need two things. You need to know what your products are and how many units you need to sell of those products. Oh, one more thing, and the price of those products. So if you have your product or your product offer in your offer suite, then I want you to be able to plan out your full year and understand, well, how much money can I actually make from these offerings? Okay. And if you want to do that together, I'm excited to share that I'll be hosting a workshop today, 11/15, November 15, Wednesday, on sales planning and forecasting. So you actually know if how much you're going to make in 2024. I mean, again, what did you like to know? Like, walk into 24 with ease, knowing how much money you could make or potentially earn with your business, and what marketing and sales actions that you would actually need to take to get there. I know that I would really want that. So if you want to join me, I will be going live on Zoom. So you'll have to register for this event. It will be at 12 p.m. PST today. It's a live workshop where you get access to the replay if you want it as well. All you have to do is register. You can register in the comments. But that's it. So we can plan your 2024 together. And first start, though, is really try to think about how you can focus into one offer, one product, one platform even, and one price point that you really could put out there and sell with confidence. All right. If you have all that together and you want to join me for the live sales planning workshop, again, you can find the information to register in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Thank you so much, and let's go build our liberatory futures together. All right, bye.